Welcome to the Ska History Hour with your hosts, Jose Rojas
Hello.
and myself, Daryl Rubio, wherein the purpose of this channel is to spread awareness of ska music and its subgenres to the world. Our guests today are members of Bounce House Ska from Phoenix, Arizona. Everyone, thank you. We appreciate the time that you're taking to
Thank
speak
you.
with us about your stories and your music with the ska community. Can you please each tell us your name, your role in the band, and a little something personal about yourselves, please?
Who's going first?
You can start us first, Sarah.
Okay. All right. I'm Sarah Rose. I do vocals and I help write lyrics. And something personal about myself. I own a food truck, which is super fun with my husband. And that's probably takes up most of my life, other than the band. It's a soul sucking endeavor. Yeah.
All right. Next.
John.
Who's going?
John.
All right. John, play bass in the band, do some of the lyric stuff, a little bit of instrumental stuff, but we'll cover that our drummer is a huge multi-instrumentalist that helps us out a lot on that. Um, Outside of that, do a little merch design, some of our stickers, and something personal about me. Um, I mean, nothing too exciting. I'm in another band that's a far departure from ska. It's a hardcore band with an accordion called the
Oh,
Unholy Missionaries. So that's I'm on two extremes of the world here.
Yeah.
cool.
Something danceable with singing and something that's yelly.
Next. Daniel?
Good.
All right. So my name's Daniel, and I play alto sax. And I've been playing probably about 25 years. I don't do a lot of the lyric writing and stuff. That's not really more my creative side, but I do like to help out. And we always collaborate with our horn lines and things like that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and something about me is I also play in another band on the complete total opposite spectrum of John. I play in the Phoenix Pioneer Band. It's a concert band. I play tenor sax and clarinet. And they kind of like combine like old history, like doing marches and stuff like that, like music from the 1800s and early 1900s, just as another little side project thing to I like to do. So
Neat.
Nice.
yeah,
A lot of John Philip Sousa type of pieces or
yeah, a
marching.
lot of Susan marches, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Like me. Hey, everybody. My name is Brian, aka Chewy. It was a nickname I got given to me when I was serving because hairy like a Wookiee. And to this day, 35 years later, a guy calls me. I go, "Ugh," I know who to call. So I'm a sax player, tenor sax in the group. As Daniel stated, I'm not much with the lyrics. That's why I play a horn. But we definitely collaborate in the horn, writing the horn lines. I'm Gen X, so I go way back. I've had the opportunity to experience a lot of bands before they were famous and when they were starting, like the Untouchables. I'm a Toots fan. I'm a Skylights fan. Two tone was pretty heavy back in the early 80s when I didn't start playing till late in life and took 30 years off from playing. So Bounce House has given me the ska to tap into my ska roots and have collaborate with some really incredible people. We're a big family, so we don't ever have any interference or interruptions with collaborating and creating. The originals are amazing. I love bands that have original. I've played anywhere from jazz, hardcore punk, because I'm back in the three chord progression days with, JFA is the local band here, and we used to unfortunately party a lot with all those guys. And I've seen them all the greats in the original day, back in the day, right? You'll hear us say. Um, Play bass. I'm not a bass player. Play a lot of Irish sessions around town, and at once upon a time ago, and just kind of glad I got back into music. And I'm currently leaving early tonight because, like I say, I got a reggae band that I've just started with, and in fact, we're sharing a ticket with them this coming Friday. So we got two first on my folks that want to come out and hear us play. So, and I'll stop there because, like I said, I only have 20 minutes. So,
Excellent.
but
Well, all right.
He will
So
miss them.
what's the story behind the name Bounce House Ska? How did you land on that name, and what does it mean to you?
John,
That's
Honest,
done.
Sarah.
honestly, it doesn't really have a really deep meaning, to be quite honest. So we had a different iteration of the band, and our original guitarist Nick, we had a birthday party for him at his house, and one of our friends in another local band used to rent bounce houses at the time, and we had one that was like one of those American Gladiator style ones with the platforms and the bugle sticks.
Okay.
And so just imagine people that had a few like battling it out. And so the name became Bounce House and Ska got added so people didn't think we were a rental company. So
Got
yeah, it just kind of stuck
it.
from a party from a people that had a little too much fun.
All right. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, because when we research, we like type in bounce house, and then I just see bounce houses for
Ads.
sale. Type in bounce house ska, and then of course we see everything with you guys you playing and all the different social media things you guys have.
Isn't there another
I'm glad
band
it's
called
working,
Bounce
man.
House?
Sorry?
Isn't there another band called Bounce House on Spotify?
There
I
there
believe.
is.
There is, huh?
I believe they're from Europe. I'm not
Hmm.
100%. So adding the ska kind of helps with that too.
Yeah.
So your band started around 2023, I believe. Is that correct?
In that vicinity, yeah.
So
2022, but this current version, 2023.
got it. I might be stealing a little bit of a Jose's question here that comes with that. I hope not, but tell us about a little bit about how the band came together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm the OG in the room, so I guess that's gonna fall on me. So I had played in a couple bands out here. I played in, I don't want to be like dropping names. I played in Bowcat. It's like this pretty known Phoenix band in some circles. Played bass for them on a fill-in capacity. They found their permanent guy, Dave. So I joined up with a band called This Repeats after many failed name attempts. That band kind of got killed by COVID.
Oh.
And so after a while, I was like, I had the itch. And so I started posting around looking for people. And I think Nick came along, former singer came along. Then we added on Caesar, who's currently in the band now, also a veteran, Army infantry. Um,
What?
yeah. Yeah, we added Caesar on, and then Nick departed, and he's now playing Irish punk somewhere. But yeah, and then like I think who came on next? I think it was Estevan moved out from LA and was looking for a band to join up, and then I think we found Daniel, then Chewy,
Kind
then
of the
Scott.
same, yeah, kind of same the time period, Daniel and I.
Yeah.
Obviously, Miss Sarah was already in and kicking it.
Thanks. You just
And
skipped right
Oh,
over
how
me, but that's
dare
okay.
I,
me!
I
I
get
am
yeah,
so
forgotten
no.
sorry.
a lot.
So
Oh,
That's okay.
yeah,
I'm not that
I,
important.
I gotta tell
I'm
Sarah's
told a lot.
origin story.
just our front
What the hell
woman,
am I here
nothing.
for?
She's
Nobody
a
hears
band
me
mom.
anyway. It doesn't matter, right? I got
Sarah's
it. It's
origin
cool.
story is very important because that's why I say the band started in 2023 because the prior version was not a fully fledged band.
Okay.
So Sarah showed up for an audition. 2 songs in, I made eye contact with another member of the current lineup, and I was like, "This is it. This is it. We're a band now."
Mhm.
And it
Nice.
was amazing. She just sang, it was like probably 1.5 songs, and I was like, "She's in. She's in." And I don't think it was even a vote or a discussion. It was just
Nice.
I think I
That's
so.
found them through Craigslist, just
Oh
musicians,
yeah,
and they were looking.
Yeah.
One thing I'll share with Sarah, whether she wants to hear it or not, what I think is
love it.
incredible, what I think is incredible about Miss Sarah is she brings such an amazing vocal, but also just this charismatic personality that just it's a performance, it's not just
yeah,
singing. And she's never sang in public till this band is for what I understand, so I think
Oh,
it's
Really?
flipping incredible because when you hear vocals, especially just live and how she interacts, she really brings it to another level. And I do love female fronted bands, hence Sade, my favorite artist in the world, which no one would ever guess. But yeah, so I just have to say, when I stepped into this crew, Daniel wasn't there the first time, then the second time, but man, what they already going, and with Sarah and what she brings, and honestly, everyone brings a special something to this band, I think, which makes it really solid. I mean, it's truly a
yeah,
band fam that collaborates without many issues. I mean, we
yeah,
we just definitely know we have something going, and I I just can't express that enough, because when I tell people come up, that's the one thing I hear from the people that I know me, that, oh my God, she's so amazing, and she interact, and it's a wonderful thing, because it takes a special person to do that.
Mhm.
And what she does is it's such a graceful way. It doesn't make it about her, like I am with this
Aw.
conversation with me. So,
Yeah.
but
Someone
yeah,
had to bring the charisma because it wasn't me.
well, we try. I mean, she's my twinsy when it comes to dressing the part, but
Man, we look slick up there.
what's that?
I said we look slick up there.
Yeah, I mean, I can
We
dress
do hit
down.
each other up. And like, what are you wearing tonight? It's really important to us. Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
The other boys do not like to match us. They're like, it's too hot. I'm like,
It's
twin.
it gets
What's the color
frustrating.
scheme? What are we wearing?
Well, we're red, white, and black. That's kind of our theme, at least for Sarah and I. And
That's
Uniform.
cool.
you got to go from the pointy toe red creepers to the whole way to the white or red hat or red glasses, and and then I try to get the other guys in. It's like, dude, brown shoes, really? Come on, So we don't fight over. And then of course, it's hot as hell. It's supposed to be, I think it was what, 118 today out here. And
Oh,
so it
geez.
gets hot, and so shorts become a pressure. And like the only one that's allowed to wear shorts is Esteban, because he's a
That's
drummer.
it.
Drummer.
Because he loses.
He's like,
He
I'm wearing
probably
what I
loses.
want.
Yeah, he loses about 10 or 15 pounds every show, because he's just back there,
Yeah.
and he plays with so much energy, and brings a lot. Like you said, he's not just a drummer. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a multi-instrumentalist. He's very big in the writing of the music, the lyrics.
Hmm.
I wish I had the talent. I'm just not a lyricist. I do have feelings, but musically, not lyrics wise. Although I'm faking a few backups right now with Sarah, so we'll see. I can get
Yeah.
I can get by on some of the
Yeah.
harmonies. But anyway, yeah, but yeah, the fashion thing is, we got to work on that, I think, with a few people, and it's getting better. The last show we had 2 weeks ago, when we were doing a photo shoot, that's how we have to look every time, just
Yeah.
and I didn't get the memo. Everyone had black everything, and I'm at my red pants and my white creepers, and black shirt, and my
It's
braces
gonna
were
be
white, and
fantastic.
my hat was white, and my red glasses. You know what I mean? So, but
Yeah.
unfortunately stood out, and I don't like to do that. I want to blend with everybody. So,
They still
because
come out really good.
really, it's not about me as much as it may seem. But
You look fantastic. Mwah. You look
thank you, twin.
beautiful.
Yeah, appreciate it. Just with the wife would think that, and we'd be in bed. No, it's good. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, along with what Chewy was saying though, because Caesar isn't here and Esteban isn't here and Scott isn't here today. But Caesar and Esteban write a lot of the music. Like they're incredible, and it's so much fun to like get on the site. We don't get to practice a whole lot. Unfortunately, because all of our schedule, I mean, it's like herding cats when you want to get a ska band together, especially when you're this big, getting a schedule together and getting a rehearsal together is like almost impossible sometimes. And we all have families and kids and lives. And, Daniel just got married like a year ago, John just got married. Like everyone's just like in different levels of life. So it's really hard to get us together. But I can reach out to Esteban and Caesar and be like, yo, I was thinking of this song. Like we have a song called Road Rage coming out on our EP pretty soon. And I remember reaching out to them and being like, hey, I was in the car, like raging on these mothers on the way home with my kids in the back. And I swear I was like flipping somebody off and all the kids were flipping them off too, right? And I was like, I had this idea for a song. And what if like the trumpets were like the car horns at the beginning? And he's like, I got you. Hold my beer, right? So he rolls up like with this thing, like not even an hour later, he's sending me an email of the beginning of Road Rage. And I'm like, how is it even humanly possible that you like, so he sent me this thing and like the end of the day I got lyrics and then we're like flying and then we go to the horns and the horns are like, oh, we got this. And then they're like, da 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 da. And then they just have this like writing parts and harmony. It's just a fun.
It all comes together.
Wow.
And that's how the band fam kind of came together. Like we just layered on as these humans, and then Daniel came in, and then Scott came in when we had to replace our trombone who went away, Mendez. And like when he came in, he added a whole nother layer because he heard it differently than we heard it, right? And so then Daniel and Chewy and Scott are like, they're like, wait, slow it down. We're going to do this. Wait, I had an idea. And so the whole songwriting is so very collaborative. And so when we added on these different layers of humans who were like, there's no reason for any of us to know each other. It's so very odd. I'm looking around and I'm like, how do I know Daniel, the rocket scientist? But I do, and I adore him and I love him, and like it's only because of the band found that I get to know him, and it's just a really cool environment. And it's we just have like such a fun. It was so cool to meet all these people and gather them together in one room. And thanks, John, for not for taking a chance on an unknown kid. It's such a cool thing. Anyway.
And sorry for my lackluster intro, but
You're doing great.
I'm like, "Hmm."
I hope I answered the question.
So, has anybody of you guys started in the high school band or took choir in high school?
Yep, me.
Yes,
Yeah,
Daniel?
I've been playing since I was in middle school actually, because my mom
Okay.
is a music teacher. She's a flute player, so when I was in fifth grade, I didn't have a choice. I had to pick something to play.
Mhm.
And so I picked sax, and I just kind of stuck with that through middle school. I also, in concert band, I played the bassoon all through middle school and high school.
Oh, nice.
Clarinet. I did tuba for a little bit, and then once I was an adult, I just went back and stuck to sax pretty much. But yeah, I've been doing it since I was about maybe 11, 12 years old.
Nice.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, I started sax in high school. Well, actually, that's not true. I initially went in as a baritone player, and I didn't like lugging that damn big thing around, and it's a brass. So my mother shared with me my grandfather when he was young used to play the saxophone. So I like, oh, I'll pick it up. And unfortunately, he passed before he had a chance to hear me play. But I started my freshman year in high school. I absorbed it like a sponge. Um, Went on college, was told that I could probably go somewhere with my music professionally if I was willing to drill scales 6 to 8 hours a day, which that's worse than pulling teeth. So
Oh man.
I just got by, did what I needed to do to be the lead alto in jazz and concert band. I actually played oboe actually in concert band in high school because I needed a double reed player, which was interesting. French horn at one time because I needed a French horn player, and um, then did the married military thing, got away from playing for nearly 30 years, and I got back in probably 2002. I started with a trad ska band, and a lot of originals, but you played kind of like some of the traditional, the ska version of Simmer Down and some of those things, and did that for 3 years. That broke. Then I was off from playing music for a while, tied in with a funk band that, believe it or not, we had 11 people that would meet every Wednesday night for 3 hours without fail for nearly 5 years.
how?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know how hard it is to get three people together, let alone 11. But it
Wow.
seemed to work. I loved it because it's the middle of the week and music's my drug. So that's where I got this like midweek recharge, from
Mm.
working. And then COVID kind of, for 5 years we did that, and then COVID kind of trashed some things, and that they've continued, but I moved on without them. I'm glad I did, because nothing, no, horrible with that separation. It was just time to change, and then I started looking back in the ska world and reggae world. Um, and well, reggae didn't present, ska did, and rest is history. Like Miss Sarah says, it's so you got all these players, walks of life from different worlds that we probably have crossed paths here and there, but never would think, and the collaborative, like Daniel was saying, and John, everybody, and it's just the horn parts come to us when we got Scott. He's our trombone player. He's unfortunately not here, but he brought in a whole different idea, and so collaboratively we just seem to work. I mean, we're still even tweaking some of the songs we've been playing. I've only been with them since what, April of 24, I think, somewhere in there. Um, so we change a little because you'll hear, I hear things. I'm like, all right, guys, stop. I hear this. We got to play this, and we do, and it works. And then other people are like, no, that doesn't work. And I'm all
Mm.
about harmonies. I think harmonies are awesome. It's so key. Of course, if you throw any minor stuff in there, it freaks out the human ear from hearing from a major scale to minor. So that's why Godsmack always kind of freaks people out, because they have those minor
That's the only
chords.
reason?
What's that?
So that's the only reason?
Oh, but I'm saying that's one of the reasons that I think some people think they're so fantastically crazy and different because they found a way to pull some of that minor chord in there that just kind of tricks the human ear that's used to hearing majors, right? And so you'll hear if you ever come out and hear us play, or even on some of the recordings, if we finish a song and we finish it with maybe holding out a note, I'll throw a minor something in there to throw off, but it's not dissonance. It's something just to throw off, like, oh wait, look at that little color that's in there, because it's just what I
Mhm.
hear. I
Right.
haven't been blessed with theory; I've been blessed with an ear, so things have really been easy for me to just pick stuff up quickly if I sit in with somebody new, like Bounce House. They said, "Here's a couple things." I don't like to come in unprepared, and then like say the rest is history. And I think it's cool is like I'm not a songwriter as far as lyrics, but I'm definitely a contributor when it comes to the horns. I think we all have our strengths in every aspect, I think, which really what's make us work so complementary to each other,
Mm.
for sure.
Cool. Anybody else or no choir?
Um,
Choir,
I'll
no.
talk about Esteban a little bit in his
Okay.
absence.
Okay.
Esteban's done everything. He played jazz band, drum line. He's played tuba, trombone, trumpet,
Nice.
and he did it all as far as high school band goes. So that's why
Nice.
he's like, when it comes to instrumentals and stuff like that, just he's like key to this whole thing.
Esteban's
Well,
a god.
He
He's a
he
god.
def yeah, he definitely has the theory background and the knowledge of how to write music. He's not just a drummer, right? And I think that's what value he really brings to the group, because he and Caesar, I mean, we haven't talked a lot with Caesar, he's our guitarist. Again, they the way they collaborate, and like Sarah was saying, it's like, hey, I got this, and we might have hit something for 5 minutes at the end of rehearsal and just threw something, and before you know it, the recording's coming over email the next night, or that night, or the next day with, oh, here's what I got, and then we just
Wow.
build off of that. But
Wow.
you get a lot of kudos to Esteban. I call him E just because it's easier. But he definitely it's cool because he's one of the few drummers that watches the left hand of a guitarist. He wants to see the chords and that's how he kind of keeps where he's at a lot of times too, which I think is crazy because drummers don't usually do that. But
No.
being that he's a multi-instrumentalist, he will watch the left hand of the guitarist or the bass player, and so I think that's in itself a crazy cool little ad. So no click tracks or anything. He just and it works. It's pretty amazing. I think it's really cool what they bring.
Nice.
Okay, and I'll touch on Scotty because I don't want him to be left out. He's our trombone. He also played in a brass band and jazz band in high school. Like we had to do an interview with some of our guys before we did this. Like we just play, so we had to like do like a getting to know you session a little bit, honestly.
Nice.
And Scott's,
Yeah,
Scott's super cool because he also he did like a lot of choir as well, like a show choir or something, because he knows every single musical reference
Yeah.
I give. He knows them all. So
yeah.
he didn't say anything about it, but he'll sneak that little information to me like anytime I like do a little musical, throw a little musical in, because my background's
Theater,
in musical theater. Like
right?
that's what I went to school for, went to New York
Okay.
for that and everything. Every time I like say a little song, he's like singing along with me, and I'm like, nerd.
Yeah.
Nerd.
I
and
know you know
uh,
it.
and one of the really cool things about Scott that's kind of just kind of off music is I'm gonna screw up his title, but he is an actual scientist in the lab when it comes to brewing a beer. He works for beer. I
Mm.
mean, he recently had to take a test for whatever the top. There's only so many people in the world that have this certification to be a beer connoisseur, not just a connoisseur. We can all do that, but as far as testing and brewing and I was like,
Zoologist?
It's
yeah,
almost
yeah.
like
That
a
I think
beer
it's what is it?
It's like
sommelier. Like
Cicerone
It's
or
almost
something.
worse than the MCAT that they have to take for medical school because it's
Wow.
crazy stuff that they get tested on. And so there's only a handful of people that have really achieved this. And he's one of the top in the country for that. And hence
Wow.
and the other thing, give him hats off. He's 2 hours away now down in Tucson. So he drives up every show, every rehearsal. So his
Wow.
dedication and then what he brings. I like messing with them because we're in the horn line and we're out, it'd be me, Scott, and then Daniel to my right, those two. and the song will start. I was like, God, how's this go, man? How's just to mess with them? Because once I hear it, I'm good, but I'm horrible at titles being dyslexic, and so and some of our songs kind of can be familiar. That's what makes us unique. We have our own sound too, right? So we write a particular way, but like, Scott, how does this go? And he's like, dude, and now he's caught on though. I can't mess with him anymore. So, but when he came in early, I was like, I don't know, man, you're the guy's been here. It's like, so we have our fun too, and I just need to get a little more life out of the rest of the horns to feel free to move. John, he's an unholy dead guy anyway, so unholy man, so with his
Something
other
like that.
band, yeah, it was something like that with his other band. But it is definitely he needs to be mentioned too, because I thought that's pretty unique about him. And it is like John said, we had to kind of say, hey guys, tell us a little bio on you, because we really haven't had the opportunity to go out and just hang as a band to socialize. We've done it like twice that I can think of in the year plus I've been with them, and one was after we recorded our new release Lucky, which is now available everywhere as of Monday. And thank goodness for that. And DJ Law, who was DJ Law Recording, who helped us there. And so after our final master mix, there was probably 4 or 5 of us that got to go actually hang at like Applebee's and just chill. And it was cool because we haven't had
What?
that opportunity just to have community amongst each other.
Most of us went to Applebee's. I don't know where John
Yeah.
went.
I went to Chili's first because they told me
got
Chili's,
lost.
and then my phone battery died.
Well, John was only a mile away, and it took him an hour
I
and a
got
half to
lost.
get to us. So I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. I think he went to the Chili's, in Tempe, which was like 22 miles away from where we
What's the
were
closest one to where we were at?
So,
Tell Caesar that he should say Applebee's, not Chili's.
well, it was both. I think we did say Applebee's, but your phone died, I think, that night, right? Too.
Yeah.
I
So,
saw him turn this way, and we all were going this way, and I'm like, "Where's John
oh my
going?"
God, it was like, I think he got to us after we've all been there for 2 hours having food and
Oh, you
drink,
didn't even
and
have your food yet anyway. It didn't matter.
Yeah, we
oh
didn't
no,
get
that's right. Service that night was pretty shitty. So,
Oh wow.
That's shocking, right?
yeah. I gave those that
All
drink
right.
an opportunity to really put a few down though, and just
Right.
but that was really fun. And then
Yeah.
early on, it was, I think, before Scotty was in the band, we had a kind of a jam, barbecue, food, pool party at Sarah's place. They were gracious enough to open their house for us, and
Chaos.
so we had like. That was kind of cool, but really, we live on opposite sides of the world, even though we're in the valley. I mean, I'm 50 miles from Sarah, and John's close to me. Daniel's by Sarah. Like Scotty's in Tucson, and then I think he's over on the west side as well with Sarah and Daniel. And
Yeah.
then so we're like 3 and 3 split across the valley, about 50 miles apart. And then number 6 is down in Tucson. And then we just I think we're adding our trumpet player,
Yeah, Victor. He's in Tempe.
Victor, and Victor's in the
Yeah.
middle.
Oh,
So
yeah.
and so we're really excited to have that fourth voice, because we did have that one time with Mendez, who was trombone and trumpet. Like I said, he went on. He plays music full time for a living, so he has to kind of travel. And so Victor's come in, and I think it's in encouraging what we can do with that fourth voice. So we'll get that
nice.
high end again.
Cool.
All
Cool.
right.
Nice.
Cool.
So you guys
We're
briefly
a
touched
quiet.
on. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I said we're a quiet group. Sorry.
Oh no, same.
Oh,
So you briefly touched on your new song that I saw on Bandcamp called Lucky. You also have
Yes.
many other songs that I've seen on YouTube and Instagram and all that. I think, Sarah Rose, you mentioned something briefly about an EP or something coming out.
Yes, we have an EP coming out. We are finishing the artwork for the cover, and that should be done hopefully by the end of the week. I'm hoping. I think we're getting pictures very soon, and then we'll be releasing once we have a date. We'll let you know. But yeah, it's a 5-song EP that we are really excited to finally put out, because it was a battle. We had a little bit of trouble with the person who was originally recording with us, and
Oh.
Mm.
I'm trying to be
Don't even
political
bring it. Don't even bring it
and
up.
kind.
No, you got to
Just
smash and
needed-
bash. He's not
I'm
worth anybody's effort.
being
We're gonna
so
take the high
okay.
road. High road.
Taking the high, yes, being so we had to cut ties, and then
Okay.
we went to Tyler from Swigfoot, the lead singer from Swigfoot. They play down in Tucson, and if you've never heard of them, they are phenomenal. They're like our sister band. We try to play with them as much as humanly possible, because those boys are everything. They are so wonderful.
Our sister band, yeah.
Yeah, so Tyler used to own his own studio, and he stopped doing it, but we're super tight, and he was like, I'll help finish mastering your songs for like a very, very, very discounted price. He came in and kind of rescued the music that was completely destroyed by this
He's a magician. I don't know how
crazy
he pulled it out of his hat. I'll put it
yeah
that way. Tyler worked magic because the stems
magic
he received were just, I could have probably done better recording on my old, cassette player from
on
the
our
80s
iPhone.
because he took these and just mastered them into something. If everyone would know where it started and where it ended, you'd be like, my goodness. I mean, you need to be doing this full time all the time, other than playing. But and he did. He used to. So he rescued us for sure on those. Sorry, Sarah. I just
No, you're
he
good.
just
He's
he
a
just magician for
Wow.
sure.
So he had a bad
yeah.
recording and he just magically made it great.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
he like he sent it to me. I'm like, Tyler, like I was almost
Wow.
in tears. I'm like,
I didn't know it was the
Tyler,
same song.
they
Wow.
ruined it. I sound so bad. People are gonna think I sound this way. And he's like, he's like, Sarah, I got you. I
There
got
you
you.
go.
Let me hear. And so he's like, let me hear it. I don't know how much time I have on it. And so the first song, I sent him the stems. The first song within, like, I'm talking, I sent them to him at
Hours.
like 5 o'clock at night. By 8 o'clock the next morning, I woke up and I had
It was
like
there.
the first version of Road Rage mastered. And we weren't even expecting to release Road Rage because it was so bad.
Oh,
We did not think that it could be like saved. Like
savage. Yeah.
we were like, oh, clear, clear.
We need 10 cc's
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Well, and I think
call
what
it
really
time of
what
death.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
think
he
what really
believed
helped
it.
us in this,
Like,
it really helped us because the person that recorded this stuff had no clue how to do anything, in my opinion. And it was just like you could tell them, "Hey, we need this," and it would be 10 times worse, or an effect, or it sounded like a scratch track over something. But Tyler, without even us directing him to what we would like, or hey, you can tweak it here, he just listened, and being ska band
Mm.
himself and just the talent that he is, and hearing us live too, because we've shared tickets often. um Man, like we didn't even have to direct him, like he's just like, it was it was that moment, it was right
Mm.
there. And so, hats off
Mhm.
for saving grace on that, right? I mean, it's just, and I don't think we ever went and told him, hey, can you tweak the horns down or vocals down. It was mastered like the first time he touched every one of them,
Wow.
and there were 5
yeah.
songs that he touched that
Yeah, there was like, I was like, nope, perfect. He's like, no notes. I'm like, no, 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 no notes. Beautiful, wonderful. Yeah, there was like one on Road Rage. He goes, I almost wanted to mess with it a little and put in like a car horn or a siren. I go, oh my god, I was totally gonna ask you to do that. And he goes, can I do it? Yes, fucking yes,
ting.
yes, do it. Yes, oh
It
my god,
works.
I'm so excited. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. Oh, that's
he's
awesome that he
so,
can salvage that.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my god, he's a
Yeah. And
miracle worker.
how did you land on the first individual though? Did you not hear his work or did he have no work?
His work
I
was
don't know.
because his work was good that was out, but it was all heavy metal stuff.
It's all metal
Oh.
stuff.
And I think it was mostly his own band. And so like he put he put stuff out there that sounded really, really good because he really cared about it.
Hmm.
Right. So like the first conversation that I had with him where I was like, this isn't working. Like it kind of feels like you don't either know how to do ska music or you don't like us. And either way, man, cool. But like now we're like how many months in this? And I feel like I'm begging you to respond to me and like we just
Oh.
want to release our
It,
music.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
it's
it's just like,
no, I don't want
well, we
you to
started
feel
what in
no.
October,
it's
I
It's like
think we started, and it was for like almost an
yeah,
anticipated release of our EP, which would be a
Mhm.
5-song deal, not including Lucky. Lucky was recorded later, different place. But here we're sitting still June. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
don't know, when did we get him to Tyler? And the unfortunate thing is we were going to be planning on going down to Tucson. That's where Tyler lives with, this swing for it, and record with him. But then the studio changed with him needing to close the
Yeah.
business or whatever. And so it's like we were like, and then, but he came to the rescue and was able to just.
Yeah.
I can't give him enough credit for those 5 tunes that he fixed for sure.
So just for comparison purposes, because I don't think the originals will ever see the light of day, hopefully, but maybe for laughs. Just imagine a horn section sound like it was programmed on a synth keyboard and just flat drums and it's
But the synth
that's
keyboard,
and
it
he
doesn't even
just
sound.
turned that all around. The horns sound like actual horns and not like MIDI tracks. Like it's like he did something magic to it. So
I
You
thought
guys
it was
almost reminded me of like what AI would sound like. You know, like how you see those AI pictures and videos, how they just look really fake. Like that's what the music, what the sound
you're like,
wow.
AI
That's kind
AI
of
plays
a
ska.
cool
ska.
visual.
And he thought it sounded good.
Oh, he
Every
didn't. I don't think he
single
knew what he.
What?
I don't think I don't think he thought one way or another. I don't think he even cared enough to listen back I think he just went in there and was like, push a button, push a button, push a button, and send it off so that
But
And
He
I
didn't
think
even
we.
hear it back or anything.
No,
yeah,
and I
like,
think we
thankfully,
challenged him. We
Oh
challenged him
thankfully
man.
we're
because he's never
past
mic'd
it.
horns. He's never mic'd
Oh
horns before
yeah.
or
Yeah.
recorded horns.
That,
But
that could be
like,
it.
but even if he was a metal guy, drums are supposed to sound like drums, not. They didn't. They weren't even tin canny. It was almost like if you had Tupperware that didn't have any kind of fullness to the sound. It was just like thump thump,
Thump,
and it was
thump.
just
Oh,
like hitting a hard
paper
dirt
it. Oh.
with a
But
hammer. It was
Oh yeah.
terrible. It was
yeah,
just.
I don't want to bag on a guy any further. I'm just happy we're past it.
Yeah.
We got a good, we
Yeah.
got a
We
solid
didn't say
EP
who he
now that's
was.
we
mastered.
haven't we haven't used any
Tyler,
names.
yeah, we didn't
Nobody
use
knows.
names, but
Yeah.
Tyler, we will praise and worship the fact that Tyler came to the rescue for sure.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm in a dark room now, aren't I? So
Does
You are.
Uh,
It's a little
does the
darkness.
name
Started
of that
talking about the old EP and it's the mood just
that's
does
still
does the
backlighting. That's
name
not
of
going to
that
help.
studio start with the letter K?
It
yes.
does.
Does.
Oh,
Okay.
Gosh, you're a psychic.
How
So
do
I'm
you
not going
know?
to say it then,
okay.
because I was going to ask a question about a studio where you recorded that starts
Mhm.
with the letter K, but I guess I won't.
Oh, okay.
Because you
Nah,
already know the
Yeah,
answer.
well, onward
maybe he's
and
great.
upward.
Yeah, maybe he's great in his genre, but definitely
Not for us.
not
Mm,
for us. And so,
Not
what a
for us.
learning
okay.
experience. And
I know.
Right.
we recovered fine. And like John said, that it just moved on to great. And then we ran into Richard with the DJ Law Studios. And what's cool is he's a musician, reggae keyboardist for a band that's been in town for 25 years or so. And so he already has an understanding, you never know with metal guys if they're self-taught, which some of them are amazing, most of them are but yeah, there was just such a different experience and
Mhm.
such a different result and quick. And then it was
Mhm.
like, I think he was sending us, hey, I decided to tweak and play with this before you guys would even, what do you think? And then it just started from there. And then we get 3 emails a night, and Sarah
Yeah,
would
it was
respond, I would
nonstop.
respond. And then, and then just, I think it was crazy because there's the process that we did, we had to break it down, of course, the rhythm section and everything first. Then we have Sarah sing a scratch vocal so we can do a scratch horn line, because then we went and recorded each instrument, horns at least individually. But what's amazing with this group, and they say that we're polished, but it's live. You can always have interesting things happen. But our rhythm section, the bass, John, the guitarist, and the drummer laid out this song in one take. Like we didn't even have to. And so we came in prepared. And then Sarah did her scratch vocals so us horns could play. And it was cool because even though it was a scratch horns, we could still use certain parts of that all the horns weren't playing to put into the master. So
Mm,
it's kind of cool. I mean, how it all kind of happened. And he was super brilliant on his whole system, as far as if he's using Pro Tools or whatever he's using. But he
mm,
just quick. Hey, we need to pull him in. But he was a big part of making it happen quickly to get it out,
right.
and we're looking forward to really introducing the world to our EP. I don't know if we've decided on any kind of pictures yet. I know we did a photo shoot before our last gig a couple weeks ago, and again, when we were dressed kind of the same, but I stood out like a friggin' sore thumb with the red pants, unfortunately.
You
But
look gorgeous.
They should put them
well,
in the back.
but I stood out. We supposed to be more, have a little more continuity of fashion. But
We're all
it's
individuals and different
oh
kinds of
well.
weirdos. It's fine.
Could you imagine if we did individuals, what we would be like? I mean, you
Oh
would be
no! Oh
wearing,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You
give
don't
me,
want.
give
I
me.
can't wear an airbrushed cat T-shirt.
That's pink with some slip-on Vans and
Yes.
a speedo. No, just kidding.
Hey, that's only at the pool parties.
Well, I know, but it's the mankini that I get kind of crazy about. So
So, is it my
All right.
question, Daniel? Daryl?
Daniel,
I
it's the
don't know.
first time
Sorry,
you ever called me Daniel.
I know. I don't know.
Well,
Daniel,
it's
what do you got
not,
for us?
but go ahead.
Yes, you can ask a question.
So, how would you describe the Phoenix Tucson ska scene when you started out? What has it changed since?
Um, hmm. I don't know. I'm like with Brian's played in bands. I have out here too. I think there's a handful of bands that get the bulk of the shows, and like so an up and comer, you kind of got to play out a lot to get a little traction and get on some shows, and I think that's starting to happen for us. Yeah, we get some opportunities to open for some established guys, and but right now we kind of just play with anybody. We're not too particular. We play with metal, punk, brass bands, like
rockabilly.
rockabilly. We've done that.
That was a crazy
So
show.
yeah, honestly, we don't play. We love ska and reggae, but we just kind of works out that we play with a little bit of everybody and a little bit of different styles. But I'd say as a scene, yeah, there's a lot of ska coming out of here. Like we have Mr. I, Swigfoot, Brian, and I can speak to Congo Shock back in the day. That kind of blew my mind knowing that as a teenager in Arizona that this ska that I had just gotten into had like an Arizona representative. Like,
I got to play
yeah,
with them once upon a time ago a little bit.
yeah.
You
So
know,
Congo Shock and Sam the Butcher being in Arizona like kind of like freaked me out when I was young because I was like, oh shit, ska's in my backyard. It's not just
so
like
Phoenix as a whole is kind of a tough town for just music in general, at least coming out of here for being like the fifth largest city in the country. You've got let's see what the Meat Puppets came out of here, Authority Zero, Modest Mouse. There's just some of these bands that people are familiar with, but with the ska scene, I think I can speak fairly good with it just because I've been around it since 1979.
There
And
it is.
well, that's when I got into some of the three, like I call it three chord progression hard, what was truly hardcore punk, because in 2000 like 4 or 5 we used to have these trad skins that followed my trad ska band. We were called the Upsteadies, and we had trumpet, trombone, sax. We had an upright bass, so we had more of that old school traditional, plus a Hammond organ for some of the bops and the skanking and it's just kind of crazy because they're like, hey man, we're gonna go over to this hardcore show after you guys are done. You want to meet us over there? And I go over there, and it's just this weird metal shit that when I was growing up around this the punk scene, at least, we had the traditional I'll call them thrash circles, but mosh pits, counterclockwise, going. If you fell on the ground, people pick you up. If you got ready to go against the crowd, get someone on your shoulders or whatever. And if you fell down, pick up. And, it's just, man, you got like a 5 mile run that night. When you have, I mean, a ticket, for instance, was TSL Black Flag, Agent Orange, Husker Du, and this is one ticket for $6, in a
Wow.
Knights of Pythia's Hall. Then, of course, the underage drinking came in, I mean, but it was great. And then like 1985, it started getting stupid. And I say stupid because you got these posers that would come in, these pinhead jocks who rip the shirts off sleeves and thinking they're punk and come in because, well, all the women were starting to take notice of any of the mods or the punks, like, oh, there's a different crowd. And then they'd come in, and then you fall on the ground, people start stomping on you, trying to hurt you, and that wasn't a
What?
cool. Oh yeah, it wasn't a cool thing. And then these mosh pits became these. They weren't even thrash circles, they were just this back and forth shit and running into each other, and and then just, and then I kind of got away from it because that's when I initially got married and all. But I think one of the more cool shows I've been to. Gosh, again, I don't know. Time gets away from me. It was probably back in like 2005. Flog and Molly usually plays out here at St. Patty's Day, and they had a show at the Mesa Amphitheater. Really cool venue out here. It's an outdoor. I know in Arizona, but it's in October, November. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing venue. And they had old school thrash circle pop up, so I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'm out doing my thing. People are watching me like, what the hell, stomping. And I have my Oxblood 8-hole docks that I bought in 1981 at like Flash Feet in Hollywood because it's the only place you could get docks at the time. Um, and then friggin' I ripped my shoulder just to get into the story. A couple years ago, Suicidal Tendencies was out here, and man, Mike's still kicking it, an old fart like I am, and I'm like, and it was like 8 opening bands, and so it's a weeknight, and I think they finally came on at like 11:30 at night, and I hadn't seen them in nearly 30 35 years, and I'm not going to get in the pit if one breaks out. The music first note hit, I'm in the pit going, you know, old fart. Old fart out of shape, and I think I'm regretting it now because I need surgery on my shoulder here years later. But man, it was old school thrash pit, and what was cool is the thrash circle going. If you did fall, people pick you because the floor got a little wet because all the drinks that were spilled there earlier. But man, they still put on a great show. But gosh, I just the ska scene out here is, I think it's kind of a little brutal because when I was with the Upsteadies, we had Captain Squeegee was there, Black Bottom Lighters, which are kind of more reggae now, and then like you did have Mr. I come into the scene later. I had a Ska City one that kind of was a one-time show that some of us from the ska bands, but Congo Chuck, like John said, was one of the ones that were out here that did pretty good back in the day, so to speak. And but I think it's got a place. It's just not maybe as much as I'd like to see it. Like John's saying, there are some that have established here that always seem to get the national shows, to get to be the uh, local band for the national shows, which I understand. And we're working hard to get exposure, and I think that's why we're willing to kind of, like John said, play anywhere with anybody, no matter the genre, because I like kind of doing cross genre things. And not only that, it exposes me to new music as well, right? So I really dig local music. But I think once we kind of get to that point where we may get a night at the marquee opening for the English Feed or something like that, I think that will be one of the cool things, or maybe get up to the definitely the Ska Fest up in Vegas, or over in Southern California. Unfortunately, some of the times it's a real tight.
Virginia.
Yeah, well, Virginia, yeah, that's John's thing. He goes out for the big one every year. He says we could get on it because pretty much anybody can, but I don't know
Not
if I like
I
that
don't know about
comment.
anybody. I don't know about anybody.
No. You
Far
can put in
away.
an application. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that what you were saying? I thought it was
yeah,
anybody
you
could.
can
No, I'm
put in
just
an
busting.
application. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
that you're going to be playing with the big boys.
Look, I'm
But
down for a road
I'd
trip.
love to do it if it came
Anybody
about.
can audition on Broadway, John. That's totally
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
just saying.
I'm waiting for your day, Sarah, because you got that
Yeah.
amazing music theater
My
voice,
day
and,
will come.
and she
I'm
starts.
sure.
And I love her warm ups. I wish we could get her warm ups like recorded when she's doing mic checks and everything, because she'll break out in some Broadway theater show, and I'm like, I'm a little bit of a closet geek with that too, because I'm like, I know that from Guys and Dolls, or I know that. But
I
Scott
do.
definitely has me beat there, like she was saying. He definitely will join in, and I hear him like, "Oh, dude, you're singing the lyrics with her," and I'm okay. I can hum the tunes. I just can't sing the lyrics because I don't do well with lyrics. So, but yeah, I think there's a place for us. I just don't know where it will go. Because yeah, obviously ska has evolved from back in the day, when it was just kind of that trad, and then second wave and third wave. And, I'm all about the second wave two-tone world. That's
And
what I grew up
on
with, through the early 80s and so
and
forth. And that's my passion.
honestly, sound wise, as a band, like Sarah Rose and I were talking about it, I was like, well, we're not this type of ska. We're
What
not
are
that
we?
type of ska. We're
What are
not
we?
Oh,
quote
God,
unquote
Neo.
third wave either. We're just like this amalgamation of everything.
Yeah.
And like in and outside of ska. We're not like one type of thing.
Well, let's call it neo ska because it seems like neo is
Yeah.
put in front of everything new. That's not.
Yeah.
It's neo funk, but it's funk, but it's neo funk because it's something
I'm
different.
not
I
I'm
think
not
it's
going to be
unique.
so bold to call myself neo, but
No,
you
I
know, I
know.
mean,
I'm just saying it's a very unique. John makes a good point. We
Mm.
represent, I think, all the genres and then a new one. Because some of our stuff is ska punkish, but it's really not punk, but it's fast ska and it's not third wave. It's not. I don't even know how many waves there are anymore. I'm too old.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
to really.
get like at the end of shows, sometimes people will come up and they'll be like, "You sing like a Disney princess," and I was like, "Man, I thought it was so hardcore."
Minnie Mouse.
Like,
Okay,
not.
Minnie Mouse. I mean,
yeah,
Oh
someone
yeah,
called
I
her
got.
punk rock Minnie Mouse once.
Yeah, somebody said that Minnie Mouse. That's if Minnie Mouse was punk rock AF. I was like,
yeah, it
okay,
was
I
great.
guess. Some imagination, huh? Yeah, that was
Oh, Mickey.
neat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, just touching on like what you were saying, I'm kind of new to the band world. Like I did not know the band world much at all, and I got introduced to the band world in this area through the Originals, who are a Real Big Fish cover band, because the Real Big Fish stopped touring right after my husband proposed to me, and he had already talked to their manager about playing at our wedding.
Oh,
So they ruined my
Ooh.
life.
the
So
original cover band you're talking about?
yeah, I'm talking
No.
about the Originals, a Real Big Fish cover band.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
that's who they are. So they are the Real Big Fish cover band. So they played at my wedding because the Real Big Fish were supposed to play at my wedding, and they stopped touring, and it
Yeah.
was right after COVID, and right. So I got introduced to the band world through them, and because of them, like they invited me to sing up on stage, and I was like, I could maybe do this. So I sang up on stage, and then I was like, John put out a letter or a letter. He put a pen to paper and put out a letter. Yes, I'm old. John
Tied a
put out a
note to
post
a pigeon.
on the owl came to my house. No, so yeah, so he put out a thing on the Book of Face, and I responded
Book of
to it.
Face.
And that's how I tickled my Google box, and that's how I found out about all the things. Yes, so that's how I learned about the band world. And as I'm getting more and more entrenched in it, it's interesting how we're supposed to be kind of this close-knit community out here, but how segregated it can be at times. Like we're supposed to be helping each other out, especially in I thought the ska world and the reggae community and all of that. Like let's play together. Like who cares? Like it shouldn't be like an ego thing, because every time I walk into a room with any of these other bands, I'm always looking at them going, I don't want to headline. I don't want to go after you, dude. Don't you? I always get this
That's what they
imposter
say about
syndrome,
us.
right? And so that kind of feels like, for the most part, that is the thing. Like Tyler and I are always like, I'm not going after you. I'm not going after you. I'm not going after you, right? And it would be really cool if everyone kind of embraced that, because there's no reason why, there's Torn at the Seam out there, who are like a really fun band to play with. There's the Scavalinas, who are gaining some great traction, who we get to play with sometimes. There are a lot of fun like ska bands
Soon.
out there who deserve to be on bills and be recognized. And
Yep.
I think they've just been kind of shut down so often, and like hey, can I play with you? And the people who are a little bit up higher are gatekeeping that so much that
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
discouraging, instead of like encouraging them, like, yeah, man, come on our bill, yes, and show them the ropes. And because if there are more ska bands out here, the more there is, the more the merrier. It's like that whole restaurant mentality. You build 5 restaurants in a row, and you're only gaining more business because someone's going to want to go there, because then they can choose if they want to eat Chinese food, Mexican food, Italian food. Like, they have the option. It would just be it would be great if this ska community was a little more, kumbaya. If they were a little
gotcha.
nicer.
Yeah.
Come, I see you're right there. I see you're right on the cusp of being able to land bigger gigs and come be on a gig with us. Like, let me introduce you to some people, and that's what Swig has done for us, and the Originals a little bit, and and just being able to reach out to the community a little bit more would be great
Yeah,
without.
Sarah makes a really good point with that. Just because, we need to embrace each other because it is such a unique genre. And the more you come together, the more you expose people to how fascinating and how wonderful the ska world is and the vibe that it creates, I think you would want to come together, unity and unite, and just promote this wonderful thing that maybe people don't aren't familiar with. And like she said, different flavors, each Torn and Scavalinas and the originals and boat, everyone brings a little different flavor to the stage. And you think you would, I mean, if I had we had a headlining opportunity and we had a genre, it's like, hey, come play with us, and like I said, the egos or the concerns or the gatekeeping, that's an awesome word because
Yeah.
that's not just in this genre. We find that with the reggae thing too, it's kind of hard that way as well, especially if you want to break into California in the reggae world, and so, but those little chippeways by sharing it together would be awesome. You can conquer more in masses than you can by yourself. So I just think that I would like to see the community come together without envy or resentment or jealousy or whatever it may be, because you can be intimidated by anybody, but let's all be intimidated together and put on a show for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some venues out here that would allow us to do that. And then, hey, we got another ska band here. We can't do this national show, but these guys are awesome. Uh,
Yeah.
and that would be, but then it almost comes, well, come hell, high water, broken leg, no voice, they're gonna still do it versus like, we can't do it. Why don't you ask these guys? They're awesome. So, and
Now back to
it's
that the original band. I think I saw their TikTok. Don't they dress like Aaron Barrett, like all of them in Hawaiian shirts?
yes,
The
For the most
originals?
part.
Yes.
Yeah, the
yes,
originals. Yeah, that
yes.
cover
Yes.
band. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
They sure do. They sure do. Yeah,
What is
when
that?
we first met them, we saw them at the Orpheum in Flagstaff.
uh,
And
Cool.
my husband and I went to see them, and we had already hired them at that point because we were
okay.
like, there has to be like a cover band or something. And my husband reached out to Eddie, who's their lead singer, and he's like, you're just Real Big Fish. That's all you do. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, we're hired. Please don't suck. We're coming to see you. And so we went to see them, and they rocked. They were such a blast. And now we're like really, really good friends with them. In fact, their saxophone player, we call him Pringles because he
He's
looks
got the
like the Pringles
mustache like the Pringles
mustache.
can guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
they're
don't think he
like
misses any of our shows, does he?
he does not, because he's my best friend ever. He and his wife, like, we do not, like, we go on vacations together, like we become
Oh, cool.
so close with that
Oh,
band. I do
nice.
nothing without them. Yeah, they're just the coolest dudes ever, and the originals are such a blast. They like because you can't see Real Big Fish anymore. And I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but they were my absolute favorite. My heart
Thank
is
you.
broken that I can't see them anymore. So
Yeah.
it's like the next best thing.
hmm
There we go.
So, hey guys, I'm gonna have to step out. I'm already late and I got a 40-mile ride to get to my I gotta have our last practice before our gig Friday night with because we're sharing the ticket. My reggae band and the ska band are sharing a
Oh,
ticket. It's pretty badass. So I got to get to go over there and kind of get out of here. I appreciate your time putting up with me. I really appreciate what you guys do.
thank
I
you,
love my
Brian.
band fam. Love you guys for just trying to get the beat and the vibe out there for ska because I love it. It's always been a part of my life. I mean, since I was probably 17. I'm 59 now, so I just gave it out. So you just can't get enough of it. And I follow these old dudes in England that are doing these tribute bands to the two-tone world and some stuff. And some of these guys are just amazing, and they're older than I am. So I really do appreciate you asking us to be a part of this. And I got to run. It's unfortunate that the other cats can't be here. So, but whatever we can do to help, if you're ever in town, come catch us. I do believe once we get our EP out there and get some better video and out there, because I look at those videos and go, oh, okay, all that are on YouTube and our channel, and it's really obviously Memorex does nothing for live. Live is the way to see us. The energy is there, and like I say, Sarah brings an amazing energy. Everyone, okay, John. Maybe not, John. But you'll admit it. You'll admit it. I'm not picking on John. I
Oh,
love
poor
John. I
John.
love John.
That's true.
But
John
no,
bounces with
it's
me all the time.
yeah, we got to get some more. But thank you for this opportunity. I will shut up and get out of here. And
Never
if you
shut
need
up.
anything from us, to help you, if you're in town promoting anything, I don't know everything. Just come see us. Come be a part of this.
All right.
Uh,
No
or
worries, man.
maybe
Thanks.
we'll be in Virginia, like for the big one, like John's saying, and that'll bring everybody out. So,
Right.
but
Awesome. All right, Brian,
cool.
appreciate your time. You have a good one.
Thanks for
Be
having
safe.
me, guys. Good night. I'll see everybody Friday night.
All right. See ya.
Night.
All
Bye.
right. See you guys.
See you
Bye.
again.
All right, interview over.
Oh.
Just kidding.
No, yeah. Wow. Brian's gone. Shut up. I can't. Let me try to stop this before you start talking shit about me. So I don't know how to stop it. Let me see.
He's stuck here
He's gonna
forever.
text
I
me and
am.
be like, "Send me a video of how to stop my phone."
I told you I've demonized
Just turn it off.
myself.
Just turn
I've demonized myself from going from a friggin' Android.
Yeah,
Perfect. That was perfect.
cut off his video. I don't know. Oh,
Oh,
there he
what a
goes.
hoot.
Bye,
No.
bye.
Oh, God.
That was a perfect ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
God. Make me cheer up.
Oh my God,
Okay.
this is so great. I literally had to send him a video on how to post a message or a story on Instagram. And he's like, "What do I do? How do I do this? So I screenshot, I videoed my phone
Yeah.
and I walked him through
Yeah.
the whole thing. And then he's like, "Okay." And then he posts it. I was like, "You did it. Such a good job." And he goes, "I didn't do it right. I cut off the entire fucking date." And I was like, I couldn't even help him after that. I'm like,
Yeah,
"You're beyond
oh, poor
redemption.
guy.
I don't know what
He's
to
a
do."
lost cause. We get it.
I know. You're
Poor
worse than my
guy.
father. My father's in his 80s. I don't know what to tell you.
Going back to that whole thing that I think that he was talking about, what they call, I think, the new sound of ska. I believe it's called new tone,
Yeah.
NUTONE, or true
Yeah.
tone. Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
Bad Operation is like amongst those. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Now,
love Bad Operation.
for each of you, what was the first band that you heard when learning about the ska genre?
Let's
Let's
go
go
first.
Daniel first, since he's the quietest.
Yeah.
Daniel talks tonight.
Yeah. Poor Daniel. He gets stepped on by all of us. Like verbally. We don't literally.
We try not to.
So when I was in high school, we my buddies and I from jazz band, we formed like a little ska band, and I hadn't even heard of ska at the point, but I said, all right, if there's horns, it sounds cool. But we started off learning some songs from Goldfinger, and that was probably one of the first groups I heard. Kind of what got me interested in it, and then I started listening to Real Big Fish, and I took lessons from a sax player who played in a ska band where I lived at the time in Colorado. They're called the Martini Shot, and they also introduced me to a lot of ska because my teacher played in that band too. So I'd always go watch their performances, and they did a lot of ska covers and stuff like that. So, but just kind of like Goldfinger, Real Big Fish, a lot of those type groups that were popular kind of in the late '90s, early 2000s is kind of where I got started on it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next.
Sarah?
John.
Me?
John.
Okay. I'll go. So I didn't know it was ska at the time, but there was a little movie that came out in 1986 called Back to the Beach.
Oh.
They had a band called Fishbone in it. I didn't know that was ska at the time, but I was like, what is this? I also used to sit in front of VH1 and watch their A to Z's and saw Madness. I'd say like my official introduction to ska, and I'm going to tell a ridiculously like goofy, ignorant teenager story about me. I went and saw Rage Against the Machine in like '95, and I, for whatever reason, was like, I'm going to be so cool if I wear a Rage Against the Machine shirt and hat to school the very next day. This kid comes up to me and goes, in my geometry class, and goes, "You listen to that trendy shit?" And the two bands he tells me I should listen to are probably like the quote unquote biggest well-known ska bands at the time. So I was like, he wasn't really very underground himself. He was like, you need to listen to Real Big Fish and Less Than Jake. So I wrote down Rubik Fish, like Rubik's Cube, because I apparently was deaf, and Less Than Jade. You know how hard it was to find those bands when the internet was in its infancy, with having the wrong names? So yeah, I kind of, along with Daniel, I got into the Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake, and Goldfinger, like the biggies at the time. And it was Goldfinger's and Give 'Em the Vote Volume 1, like just celebrate its anniversary. That's like when I first heard the Slackers and Hepcat and Gadgets and all that. But I'd have to say liner notes, back when people had those, when you could read them. Darren's Coconut Ass, Live from Omaha came out, Goldfinger EP, and it had them covering the specials on it, Nightclub, and like just like I kind of like went backwards in time. So I started out with like what people call a third wave, and kind of like through liner notes and who influenced who, like kind of worked my way backwards.
Cool.
So
yeah, those liner notes help a lot, I think. Yeah.
So
Sarah.
I see you trying to point to me, but it's like I don't know where I am in this little Brady Bunch thing. Yes. So Real Big Fish, obviously, that was my first live concert, and then followed them religiously. Anywhere I could see them, I would go to see them. I think after Betty White died, Scotty K is the new America's Sweetheart vote for me. I think that man is a cherub, has the greatest voice I have ever heard in my freaking life, and I worship the ground he walks on. And if you don't listen to Little S Man Band, listen to it now. Put it in your ear holes and stick it in there. Just let it live in there. That man is brilliant.
Yeah, we saw Scott play a couple years back at what was it, the Summer Sizzler?
So yeah.
He's amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he have a Littlest Man Band out then,
yes.
or was he just playing his?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he had 4 or 5 guys in the band, I think, at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Pritchard with him?
I don't remember. I think what's his name? God, I forgot his name. He has a
Tavis
weird name.
was playing with him
Tavis,
out here.
That's the name.
Yeah. Tavis still plays. I thought Tavis still plays with him. I was pretty sure
he did out here in Phoenix at Pub Rock.
And for a while, Chris Luca from Suburban Legends was playing in Littlest Man Band, and then Pritchard, who is now touring with Save Ferris. And if you do not know Pritchard, look them up immediately. They play every horn instrument, wind instrument, like phenomenal, like on a different level. Good. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, Real Big Fish was kind of like my drug back in the day. And then I got one of those CDs that you get from the mall. I went into Hot Topic and got it was called, I know this is I'm such a nerd. Because I was a musical theater geek, right? So I didn't know about this kind of stuff. But I got Hey Brother, can you spare some ska? Did anybody have that?
Yeah.
Hey Brother, can you spare some ska?
I love that one. Oh my god, yes. I love that one. Hey Brother, yes.
Do you remember this song? And I'm like, I can't even tell you like who was on it, but I could sing every single Michael, come to my house, play games and meet my family, right? Oh my god. I would jam to every single song on that.
Same.
And this is like the best CD ever. Like I still want that song. Oh, so brilliant. I had that one, and then the Deuce, which is not ska, but the Do Something from Taco Bell. You know when they used to give all the cool CDs at Taco Bell and all the random places? I had all those. I'm such a nerd. But
Hey Brother, can you spare some ska? Yeah. Pocket Lit was on there, the Hippos, Red Session, Jeffrey's Fan Club, Link 80, Low Pressure, Unsteady, Long Beach of All Stars, My Superhero, Pharmaceutical Bandits, all those Sweet Tones, all those people. What was the one
that was like,
forgot about him.
You're my teenage idol. All I ever wanted was to be like you. You would have done anything just to be the most popular girl in school, and I would have done anything for you.
Who was that?
I don't know. Oh, I love that song so much.
I'm going to have to go through my CDs now and pull out Hey Brother.
Go do your research. Go listen to the whole album. You're welcome for the nostalgia.
It's on Spotify.
Oh, that's my jam.
I have one of those physical media things somewhere. Of it. Yeah.
The CD holder. I have my big CD case. It's still in there somewhere. I know it is. Oh,
yeah.
That was John Halperin from Vegas Records did all that.
That's who did that?
John put out Jeffrey's Fan Club, Orgasm, my superhero, fuck, I forgot a lot. I've known John for
Yeah.
30 plus
That's
years.
my favorite comp.
That's
What's
wild.
weird is one of my
It's
first.
a decent comp.
Yeah, he
It's
says decent.
okay.
I'm
It's
sorry. I'm
okay.
sorry.
I just
It
had
rocked my
because you guys
world.
you brought up the hippos, and that reminded me of one of the first ska shows I ever went to was a place called Boston's out here that's now closed. It was the weirdest lineup. It was Bloodhound Gang opening, and then it was the Hippos and Goldfinger. And yeah, that was a crazy lineup, dude. I
I
don't know,
think
but it was amazing.
that was either 98 or 99.
Yeah,
You
somewhere around
talked
there.
about
I think
that.
it was 99. Yeah, I think Heads Are Gonna Roll just came out, and I think the EP I was talking about came out.
Yep.
That'd have been a crazy show.
I'm not fond of Heads Are Gonna Roll.
Fair enough.
No. Do you want to know
Yeah,
why?
Forget the World's pretty awesome. Yeah, this is kind of like where the time and place I was. Yeah, but I hear you.
Yeah. I put out Forget the World. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not, but wow, I should have done more research. But that's awesome, man.
Yeah. I managed the band for many years, and I put out that first album. We've toured a lot, throughout the States. Also, yeah.
I know.
Right on.
That's funny. A lot of people I think, who was it? I think it was Stop the Presses who asked us. They're all, so who are you guys? Like after
Oh
you
yes,
were like,
at the end of the
"What?"
interview. Yes. Like so, who are you
Like
guys?
no one does their research. It's so weird.
I'm not going to ask who you are. That's just.
No, but they flat out asked us. I think they asked us in an interview.
Yeah,
So,
in the
who are you
interview.
guys?
Yes.
Oh wow.
In the interview. Yeah.
No,
I don't think I edited that out either.
Well,
No.
I was seeing some of that because I was watching your interview with what was it, Go 13? Is
Yeah.
that the
With
and I
Park.
was like, dude, my husband just turned the light on. Oh, thanks, baby. I was like, I have no light, help me. So yeah, I love him so much. So yeah, I was watching that and I was like, dude, these dudes know everybody. They know everybody, man.
Yeah.
He knows these guys. He's like, yeah, I used to tour. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, what the hell are we gonna talk about, John? We're fucking nobody.
I don't want. Yeah, she did. Sarah did text me in an oh shit moment, like,
Oh yeah.
what are you talking? Yeah, and like,
What are we doing on this thing? What do we know?
how did I get thrust in the position of calming somebody down, the most neurotic dude in the band? But anyway, yeah.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
no, but yeah, we watched them. We did watch some old episodes. It's not completely. Yeah, I have that on CD as well.
That's wild.
Oh.
Yeah, that.
Dipdog
Dipdog.
Records. There it is.
Yeah, dude, that is a good one. I need to go back to that.
Ah.
Yeah, I ran a record label back in the 90s.
Sweet.
And I put out a lot of stuff. That's how I actually got started. Then I had a family, and then I came back to ska.
Sweet. it gets its claws in, man. You can't.
When the kids were old enough, I was able to do something fun.
Yeah,
Right.
Derek's the man with getting all these interviews. He's the man.
And now you're managing the Goodman Club, right? Aren't you?
I manage them too. So I
That's
do
super
this,
cool.
I manage them, and I promote shows, or start to promote shows. Jose
Yeah.
promote shows.
I-
Jose has a record label now too.
Yes, I
Yeah,
started a record label.
I'm sorry that Brian said you should come see us. You got us on a show. Like we're playing with some bands you're involved with, or you've tried to get us on shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we've talked to
Yeah.
you. Brian doesn't handle that part.
Yeah.
No, actually the Goodwin Clippers, they're going to be out there next month
Right on.
at Yucca Tap Room.
Oh, sweet.
You guys should go see them.
Yeah, I might head out there tomorrow and see Prize Fighters, and maybe later in July and see Mephistopheles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just talked to those prize fighters last week, and we're going to see them. I don't know, was it Saturday? I think.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, they're out here tomorrow, Thursday.
Oh yeah, they're playing Yucca also, right?
Tempe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yucca. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it.
Yucca.
Some desert plant. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is yucca. It is yucca. Yes.
Yeah, is it yucca? Okay, I don't know.
It is yucca.
I'm sorry,
Mhm.
because yucca is something, or it's called yuca. It's a vegetable in Costa Rica where my mother was from,
Oh, okay.
and so we call it yuca. So it's
I
like the same
see.
spelling basically. So that's why I pronounce it that way.
Sweet.
I don't think anybody, they'd all know what you were talking about. They'd be like, oh yeah. It's like some people call it Prescott and some people call it Prescott, and that's how you can tell if you're from here or not.
Isn't the biscuit pronunciation correct?
Yeah,
Or am I wrong?
Prescott.
Prescott,
Yeah.
like
If you
biscuit?
say Prescott, that means you're from here. But if you say Prescott, we're like, where you from? Where you from? Why you in our hood? Yeah.
That's like my old stomping grounds, San Pedro. It's called San Pedro by the locals, but everyone else calls it Pedro, and it's not. It's Pedro.
then-
If you're from Pedro, it's Pedro.
And that's how you know.
That's how you know.
Suss out.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
So now, I saw something about the bouncy foot mashup.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about this whole thing that you guys and your buddies Swigfoot, because they're a couple hours away from you. How do you,
Yeah.
you guys play a lot?
I'll
How
let
did this come about?
Sarah take the lead on that one.
Yes. So I reached out to Tyler kind of on a whim because I think he's badass. And I was like, hey, we should do a collab. And he's like, okay. And so we were going to be performing at a bar that is now closed, unfortunately, Taproom 120. And the owner there requested for us to do a song. And I'm like, guys, we can do this. We could do this whole this mashup where we do like all these songs put together, and it'll be this Halloween song, and it's right around Halloween. It'll be a blast. And like, there's no way we can pull this together. The fuck you say? And so I was like, Tyler, we could totally do this. So we did kind of this, just he and I we mashed up a whole bunch of songs. We did a Bite Me Bambi song in there. We did a, what was the name? Cannibal. Who is the?
Kate. I can't remember the name of the band.
I can't remember them either. But
It
they're
escaped me. It's like something Kalo, or I can't remember.
And then we did one of the versions of I Put a Spell on You. And I'm like, here's how I think we should do it, Tyler. Like, we should do this, this, and this, and it'll roll right into this. And he goes, okay, I'll write the music for you. So he writes the music, right? So we do this video of it. Once we did the video, I got my band's buy-in. I'm like, fucking sweet. Y'all just learn these parts. We can totally do this, right? So they like practiced it because they are so in when I really get excited about something. Bless their little hearts with my whims. And so they went for it. And then we reached out to Swig, and I was like, Swig, we could do this live. And he's like, we won't get to rehearse. And I'm like, just play the parts. We just copy the video we made, right? So we copied the video we made and had his horn section learn it. So when we went on stage to actually perform it, the horns came from his side too and just started like wailing with us. It was a freaking blast, and I cannot believe we pulled it off. There was no reason that we should have.
I refer to it as the Deadly Medley, but
yeah,
Bouncy Foot.
Monster mashup. Yeah,
the Deadly Medley.
A whole different, a lot of different names. It had a lot of different names, but it was a blast. Yeah, and Tyler's always down for a good collab.
Cool.
Although we haven't finished the last one; it never came out. But we both got busy. So
you did? I Like You Too Much. Like, didn't you do that too?
We did. I Know You Too Well to Like You Anymore from Real Big Fish. That
she knows it better.
Was super fun. I know a little bit about
that. Was her and Tyler, not.
Yeah, that was just us fooling around on the side. And then we were also trying to do a musical one, but we never got to finish it. So but I told him, I was like, we have to do it. We're trying to do something from Tick Tick Boom, which nobody knows. Look, see, there it is. Nice.
You're talking about the early 2000s metal song, Click Click Boom? No, that song? No? Just kidding.
No.
That joke didn't land, but it's an awful song, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not that song. But yeah, so we get to collab with them every once in a while.
Cool.
Sometimes it goes well, and sometimes it does not.
So can you tell us a little bit about your latest release, Lucky, the song Lucky? What was the concept or vibe that you wanted to capture?
Sarah.
Did I keep going?
Go for it.
Well, yeah, Sarah had a big hand in that lyrically. So
okay.
So yeah, actually, this song was mostly written by my husband.
Correct.
I can't take all the credit for it. did a lot of the ending lyrics, but most of the lyrics were written by him. Right after I got into the band, we went out to the cabana, we call it, and I'm gesturing to it. It is over here, and had a couple beverages, and we were feeling pretty lubed up, and having a couple cigarettes. And he's like, "Hey, I have a game. Let's both write a song and see which one will make it into your band." And I'm like, "Bet, let's go!" Right? So I wrote a song, and he wrote a song, and he wrote "Lucky." We tried to put Lucky into we had Lucky in our set, but it was like this slow song, and it was okay. And then we added the horns to it, and it was garbanzo beans, like awful. It was terrible. So like something was very disjointed about it, and I think I was like, I'm not doing Lucky anymore, take it out of the set, like it, please. I can't hear them. I can't hear it. It sounds horrible. It sounds like I can't sing, and the horns are over here, and I don't know what's going on. So we took it out for almost, like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like a year. And then all of a sudden, Caesar wrote this brilliant little song, right? And threw it up on our Slack.
Yeah. Can we talk about Caesar's naming of instrument parts?
Yes.
He'll name stuff and it confuses us all. So like one group of us will be calling the song Lucky, and Caesar will be calling it Charlie Cheese. Because that's the riff. That's what he named the riff he wrote. Like he named like his riffs like weird shit. So like he'd be like, well, let's play Charlie Cheese. We're like, what the hell song are you talking about? And he's talking about Lucky. So like, yeah.
And training that out of him is not easy.
Yeah.
He's on his own wavelength. So he wrote this killer song, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this is Lucky. So I throw the lyrics into it, and I send it back to him, and I'm almost like, what do you think of this? And he's like, good. And I go, can you give me like this slow part at the end? Like, can you just like slow it down, like make it all sexy? And he's like, yeah. Sends it back to me. Fucking brilliant. And then we brought it to the group, and I think like y'all wrote the horn parts in like one rehearsal, and it was like it just drove, and it was a banger. It was a banger, and it just like hit perfectly. And then we had like one other rehearsal, and then we threw it on stage.
Wow,
that was a weird one for me because I was in Vegas when you guys started workshopping that. So I had to like write the bass line and like just hearing a rough recording and then play it for the first time like the day I got back. And it was a rough go the first outing for me at least, but it sounded you couldn't tell, like if you were out there you couldn't tell, but up on stage I was like I'm shitting myself. I just wrote this. I don't know.
Yeah. But
I haven't played with them yet.
Did you even have a rehearsal before you played it on stage?
No.
Wow.
That's the show where Esteban was like, put your notebook away. I was like, I don't know it yet.
That was at Sky Bar. Oh my God, yeah, he was so good. Sorry, John.
That's funny.
Yeah, so then it just like it started really kind of popping off, and like at one point I'm like, I love this song. I'm gonna throw like the little golden coin candies. Like I was throwing those out in the audience.
Oh, nice.
Like, it had a sticker on it. I was giving away like free t-shirts.
Yeah, catch the coin, you get a shirt.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
We were trying to like gain some traction with it because it's just like a fun kind of upbeat song, and it has like a little twist at the end, and everybody was so like instrumental in making it like there's a part where the music really changes, and like that transition was off, and so Scott was like, well, here's why it's off, and he had to fix that, and they all like really dialed in all the harmonies of the horns, and it was just such a collaborative like process. I think we put so much like work and time into it, and then to have it just be such a fun recording session with Richard at DJ Lost Studios, like he made it super fun and let us add some fun stuff to the beginning, and it was a blast.
Sarah, can I like lead you into a part or something?
Yes.
The lyrical theme of the song.
Yes. Oh, yes. So the whole thing is
we're very subtle about it.
Is Yeah, it's all like a gambling metaphors about love, right? So my husband and I have a big connection to Vegas, so everything was connected to gambling and being and winning and getting lucky. Not not just getting lucky, but like getting lucky in love. Yes. So yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
because one of the band members was like, "Oh, I just thought it was about getting lucky," and I was like, "No, dude,
You didn't hear anything about Caesar? You didn't hear anything about splitting aces or doubling down
no,
or
you didn't.
we've been playing.
Did you read any of the lyrics, Caesar?
Yeah,
Nope.
Caesar's not the lyric guy. We'll give him that, but he brings a lot. We got to give him shit. So we love him.
Nice.
That's funny. It reminds me of that was that Pharrell song, Lucky.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I remember when
Yeah.
that used to be on the radio, my kids were younger, and they're like, "Dad, what's that about?" I said, "Oh, it's about gambling. They're trying to get lucky. They're up all night to try to get lucky at winning."
Uh-huh.
Then later
Yeah.
on, later on, they're all, "Dad, I know that song now." It's like, why did you tell us it was about that? So you guys were like 10 or something, I think.
Yeah, you can't explain the right. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't explain. It's like, do you really want me to tell you what it's really about when you were
Yeah.
young?
They're gonna go,
Right.
oh, gross, or something.
You
I
gotta
don't know.
learn today.
Yep.
Ah, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah.
Now, tell us about this upcoming little ska festival at the Nile Underground in Tempe that you guys are going to be a part of. What is it called?
Yeah.
Summer of Ska, I think?
Yeah, correct. That was pretty cool. I'm trying to recall who initially reached out to us, but yeah, I don't know how I feel as fortunate for being included with those great bands. Like, not to name drop Virginia again, but like I've been lucky enough to see shameless plug to see Hub City Stompers at Supernova several times. So
Mm-hmm.
to get to play with them is just like crazy. But like, yeah, someone reached out to us and said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And in our typical band fashion, we got into this platform we use called Slack. And we're like, thumbs up, thumbs down, and I think it was pretty unanimous. Like, we have to do this. Like, so yeah, just someone asked us randomly via an Instagram message, and I took it to the band, and it was like almost like within 15 minutes, we're doing it. And yeah, I think this is one of like we've been fortunate enough to play different kinds of bands and lots of styles and other ska bands locally, but this is our first one that's like got a lot of national acts on it, so it's pretty cool to be a part of. Yeah, so it just came about by a random Instagram message from someone involved, and must have saw enough of the band to want to get us on. But yeah, we're playing with I think Scavalinas is on that also, from out here in Cottonwood, Arizona. But yeah,
Right.
like it's all
Swiggy's
these
on there?
bands. Who? Oh, Swiggy is. I forgot. I keep getting it mixed up. Yeah, Swiggy is on that one. Swigfoot's on that one. But yeah, we just saw Amalgamated Ska got added today. So like, I'm getting to play with bands I've seen, and that is
Wild.
it's wild. And sometimes you feel like I don't belong here, but you'll welcome it with open arms, of course. So yeah, I'm stoked about it. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And like the Niles, where I saw one of most of my first ska shows, and so playing it has a weird, special dive venue place in my heart. So yeah, so that's cool for me at least. I can't speak for everyone, but
Didn't Warsaw used to play there a lot when they were? in
yeah,
Arizona?
Warsaw's still active out here. Well, I think they're based in. I think some of them
They're
might be
in
in
like the
California
desert.
now.
They're in the desert between here and you guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
they still play around here occasionally. Like they're one of the bigger known locals out here, and they get on bills a lot. Them and Two-Tone Lizard Kings back in the day. Two-Tone Lizard Kings doesn't play as much as they used to.
Mhm.
But yeah, Warsaw is out here playing a lot still. Yeah, so yeah, they're one of the bands I first heard of. Arizona Ska came into my mind too. So
Mhm.
yeah, so it's cool to be part of a festival that with national bands when we're basically a 2-year-old band. Like
Who the heck are
it's
we? Yeah.
it's cool to be included, and we still kind of have that "who the hell am I" thing sometimes, and we're still a little fry in the big scheme of things, but
Yeah.
it's cool to be asked along for sure.
And then just I'm not trying to take your turn, Jose.
Yeah.
But also, you also have the upcoming show with the Scavalinas and Sarah Rose's favorite band, second favorite band, the Originals,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, that one's cool. Like we go out of town every once in a while, but it's mainly locally and like we go to Tucson here. We go to Tucson here and there, but this is probably our this is gonna sound like not much to your major touring bands, but Flagstaff's probably our furthest from home. So it's gonna be cool to get up there, have some cooler weather based on where we're from. Down here where it's 118, it'll probably be like in the 70s up there.
I'm gonna freeze. I'm bringing
Yeah.
my parka.
Sarah's the cold one. Like we got some chubby dudes in the band, and we're like, man, can we turn the fan on in the practice space? Can we turn the
And I'm
AC
like,
down?
I
Just like,
can't get my notes.
yeah.
Do they
so,
still have shows at the Monte Vista Hotel?
Yes.
You know what?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
they do.
do.
Yes, they sure do. Yes.
Yeah, because I went out. I was there with Melting Pot played with Congo Shock out there once back in the late '90s, and that place is pretty cool.
I'm a
I don't know if they're
skeptic,
still
but
around.
there's some. I'm a skeptic, but there's some ghosty shit going down at the Monte Vista.
Oh, really?
I stayed at the Monte Vista when I went to see the Originals, and I swear to you, in our room, like I was washing my hands in the sink in our bathroom, and my hands were bigger than the sink. I'm like, what is
Wait, what?
Are we in the Barbie house? I swear. I will
Oh,
send
I thought you were
pictures to
telling
all
like
of you.
I thought you were telling
I
like
thought it
a
was a ghost
14.
story too.
I thought that was like
No.
I thought she had like some
No.
1408 shit going on, like
No,
where like the
this
medicine
is
cabinet churned its had Samuel L. Jackson in it or something. Like
No. It was scary because everything was so small. That is
Oh.
scary.
oh,
Okay.
that's the way I felt at Hotel Congress in Tucson.
The shower
That
was
place
all
is creepy too.
small.
No, Monte Vista. Yeah, like I told you, I'm a huge skeptic, and I'm kind of going off track here, but my wife thought I touched her face in the middle of the night, and I was in the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
And I thought that she pushed me in the chest in the middle of the night, and she was facing the other way. So
Oh.
the Monte Vista has a most haunted thing, and I'm a skeptic. But there's some weird stuff at the Monte Vista. So yeah,
Paranormal
I'm
activity.
going to be happy to go back and check it out.
Yeah, let's go. And the Orpheum there is huge. That stage is ginormous. Like
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's such a cool stage. So
yeah, I've never been, so I'm pretty excited.
it's super big. I'm
Cool.
excited.
So, if you could book one dream tour or festival appearance, past or present, where would you play, and who would you share the bill with?
Oh man.
Hmm.
Who's
Jose
going?
asks the hard hitting in depth question.
I know.
I'm
Like
a-
taking your soul.
Every time most of the time when he asks questions, people are like, "Oh God, whoa, well, let me think about it."
Man, I mean, for me personally, like I'm gonna go back to it. There's so, like if
Okay.
we're talking present day, there's so much cool stuff at Supernova.
Mhm.
Like I would love to play that, even if it's like 11:30 in the morning with nobody there yet. Like that'd be an honor. That'd be rad. Coming up, I was and still am a huge Suicide Machines guy. So if I could play with Suicide Machines, Jay Navarro and the Traders, something like that, that'd be cool for me. Old time band, I'd love to play with the Slackers. They're like one of my
Okay.
favorite. When I first started the band, it was like that's kind of like the vibe I had in mind. But when you get someone that sings it out like Sarah, your plan changes in the best way. So like we had to do something different, and it's worked out nice. So, but like, yeah, I originally had the Slackers in mind when I started this band as like something that I was kind of going for because I figured there wasn't much of that style out here in Arizona. So I'd say Slackers, bands that are no longer active. I would love the Specials. Rest in peace. But yeah, that's my personal answer.
Cool.
The Ska Festival and Suicide Machines, Jay Navarro, Slackers, somewhere along those lines. Like Specials, if we're talking about bands that are no longer playing, would be rad to me. And the last thing I'll add is complete tangent. My wife and I finally watched Summer of Soul, the one about the Harlem Music Festival.
Huh?
I wouldn't even want to play
What's his
that because
name?
I'd get blown. I wouldn't even want to play that. I'd get blown off the stage. But
With
being there would be
that's
incredible.
Questlove. directed that, didn't he?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And my wife and I had started a conversation. If you could be at any concert in 1969, Woodstock or Summer of Soul, and we are both like Summer of Soul, hands down. Like, so random tangent, just something that popped in my head. But,
all right.
Okay. So let someone else take the floor because I'm just going to babble.
Let's hear from Daniel.
Go,
He's the quietest
Daniel.
one.
Daniel,
You gotta pull it out of him.
speak.
Well, for me, I like playing anything outdoors, like festivals and stuff, because you can get, usually you can get more people out there if it's like a big old open stage and stuff. But like I would say for me, any kind of outdoor venue, I like a big ska festival. I think it would be a lot of fun to share a stage if they were still around or still playing, but with Madness.
Yes.
So that would be a freaking blast to play with those guys. But
Just saw
I think
them.
old Madness better than new Madness.
Yes, old Madness.
yeah.
New
Exactly.
new Madness is kind of slower.
New Madness is 2 steps too slow, right? Or 2 steps beyond.
Two
Right.
steps.
No disrespect. I can't disrespect.
They're still good.
Yeah, they're still good. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Daniel. I said
that was pretty much
Daniel.
it.
He's used to that. Sorry, Daniel.
What are the few chances?
Should have
A few chances Daniel
Sorry,
gets to
Daniel.
speak and you speak over him. I'm so sorry. Oh shit.
Poor Daniel.
Oh,
He'll never
he's
speak
terrible.
again.
I guess we're
So, if we're not speaking just ska, I would kill to be back on the Vegas Strip with Louis Prima and Keely Smith, because that big band to me, and that just like high energy, like the wildest, and like if I could be anywhere in any time, if I could have a moment back, like that's where I would want to be, right there, and like have it like seeing the Rat Pack and just being a part of that whole vibe. Even though that's not ska, but if I was doing ska, then definitely Real Big Fish, They Are Gods, Suburban Legend. Please, if you're out there listening, I tried so hard to reach out to you guys. Come play with us. And I got pretty far. I was talking to some of the dudes and the managers and stuff. They will be mine. Oh yes, they will be mine. Because those dudes rock so hard. They're so great. And I would love to play with Bite Me Bambi, because I think that woman is a goddess. She's incredible. So much energy, so wild. That band is so tight, and they're just so catchy. They're just such clever. They're so clever with their horn lines and all of that. So lovely. And the Dance Hall Crashers.
yeah.
Y'all, their comeback. Let's go. I'm so excited. I wish I could see them. I wish I had any spare time. I would be following them around the entire universe if I could. As far as a festival, I don't think I know enough about the world to know where to go. I'm sure I missed something great. But I think the whole idea of these bands being the older bands like Real Big Fish and these kind of small, when they were small in the 90s, when they were just kind of playing in the middle of nowhere, like Suburban Legends playing outside of Disneyland with people's bikes just laying on the floor. Like, I wish I could have been there for that. I wish I wasn't sitting in the hallway of the theater practicing lines. I wish I was out doing that. You know what I mean? I wish I did on that, because I think it was such a cool and special time, and there were so many relationships that were developed and that are still kind of thriving, that are fun to watch. Like when I'm watching all of your episodes now, like the history that I'm gaining from this, it's like fascinating. It's like, so like, I'm like, yum, yum, yum. It's like such a fun, it's such a fun thing to eat when you're watching, because it's wild who's connected to who, and how do you know him, and he's from the freaking Aquabats, and are you kidding me? And I got introduced to the Aquabats because my kids were watching Yo Gabba Gabba. Like, I was so behind on the times. Like, I just missed out on all of that. So I wish I could go back to those quiet times when people had no idea what they were witnessing.
Mhm.
Yeah, like when we were talking with Parker, he was telling us about, because they wrote Idiot Box.
Idiot Box. I did not know that.
And Aquabats
Oh,
covered
yeah.
it. And then the Goodman Club covered it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, I did catch that one. Yeah, I remember that. That was right.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I did not know that on it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of the people you never know who you're standing next to that could be, you know,
you have no idea.
Someone that was made something happen.
And Sarah, thank you for watching those past episodes.
Yeah, you're so cool.
So I guess you guys are the only ones that watched them then, because those are the only views that we have.
I watched Bracers, Go 13, and those are the two I can recall off the top of my head. There was part of another one I watched, but I wasn't completely blind to what was happening. I knew the marching band question. The marching band question for sure. That's what started me to go, horns. How did you start? Because I was like, we weren't going to have a horn on it first. Like it was going to be Sarah and I. So we're like, oh, I don't know, like the superhero origin story of our horns. That's a shame on me for not knowing.
Oh.
No, I was like, we don't hang out with our fam enough. We need all the boys. Everybody come. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy asking.
I enjoy asking Review. I was watching them. They're so cool. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I like asking that question about the bands because I was in high school band also, you know.
Sweet. And he still plays trumpet.
Yeah,
nice.
I take it up again. Yeah.
Oh, how'd the interview go too?
Good.
Okay, good. or audition, I mean. Sorry.
Audition. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, auditioned for a ska band the other day.
Sweet.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Just kidding.
Yeah, the new real big fish. They're called Real Big Trout.
He's joining a Hippos cover band, and they're only going to do Heads Are Gonna Roll, Daryl.
Oh God. I'll tell you after the reason for that. So now
I understand.
Now, since we know that ska does not pay the bills, what are each of your occupations, if you care to share with us?
Ask Daniel. Ask Daniel.
Daniel? I heard you're a scientist?
On my screen.
Well, yeah, in the band, I'm a rocket scientist.
Rocket scientist.
Yeah, but no, my real life job isn't near as exciting. I do automotive warranty claims, so processing. So yeah, it's a little at home job, and it's enough to keep me out of trouble, I guess.
Are you the extended warranty guy? You're not the extended warranty guy, are you?
Well, no, not extended warranty.
Current warranty.
Current warranty. Okay.
All right, Sarah.
My husband and I own a food truck. It's called Rosie's Inspired Kitchen, and we do mostly Italian cuisine. It's all my family's recipes. So
she's an amazing cook. I've gone to her food truck several times, and it's like my favorite.
Yeah, we work so hard. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, we try to do fun things, and it's called Inspired because we do whatever inspires us at an event or for the day, or like the other day, prickly pear is like one of my favorite flavors. My husband's like, I'm going to make a prickly pear cheesecake. So we made this like prickly pear infused cheesecake from scratch. And I'm like, yes, but it looks plain. So I'm going to make white chocolate roses to put on top of it. And so everything's like kind of handcrafted and, down to the tiniest little details. Like we started putting little orchids on top of our drinks, and we sell tiki mugs on our truck. Like who the hell sells tiki? But we do, because we do tiki drinks, and we're very weird and out of this world.
That's cool. That's cool.
So it's a good time. It's a good time. Exhausting.
John?
Me?
Yes.
I'm looking. No. Seriously, I am looking. Long story. But anyway, no. Before that, I did tech support for a certain company that has card readers. I also worked in the grocery industry for a really long time. But yeah, currently looking right now, doing a lot of interviews. So it's
Cool.
super fun. Did you know that modern companies interview you like 6 or 7 times?
No.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's a process.
6 or 7 times before you get hired now?
Yes.
Oh man, I can't do it. No.
So I'm on interview 6 on
Oh
Monday.
wow. Well, good
Oh,
luck,
So
bro.
wow. Best
Good
of
yeah,
luck
luck.
on that
so
one. Yeah.
look in, but background in tech support and grocery management.
Okay.
Awesome.
So okay. How do you keep the band's energy alive and avoid creative burnout? And is there any rituals or inside jokes that keep you tight?
Um, I'd I'd say Caesar's gonna kill me for the inside joke, and
Okay.
it's not even that funny. It's pretty juvenile, but what the hell? Um, when we were first writing the song called Summer, which is gonna be included on the EP, I think it's the first track. Um, it starts on D, and we were trying to figure out how the intro goes, and Caesar is on recording during a practice saying, "If you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna ride the D."
Oh
He's
no.
like, I'm just gonna be riding the D.
I've insisted on putting that sound clip before the track, but like it's not on there.
Oh no. That was so funny.
Oh my
But yeah,
And
Oh, he's so
other
these boys were such gentlemen. Like they didn't want to laugh in front of me, right? So they're trying to be like they were at the beginning. They were
yeah, I
trying to
don't
be
think
very like sweet and gentle, and I'm like, like I fell out. And Caesar's like, it's not that funny. And I'm like, it totally is. You're riding the D. That was the end of it. And then we
That's
had a
hilarious.
clip of it, and we made like this loop of it, and it's like, I'm riding the D. I'm riding the D.
I think I made a reel with us playing it in practice, and at the
It
beginning
was
of the reel it
Brian.
says, "If you don't
I thought
mind, I'm just
Brian
gonna ride the D," and then the song starts.
I thought it
And I
was,
think
and
Caesar
Brian
wanted
made
to kill
one
me.
too with like a TV, and it was like Brian
Yeah.
made one with the TV bouncing. Oh my
Oh,
god.
that was Brian that made that.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
my
Brian.
god.
I was like, Brian, make it. And he's like, okay. Because we're
Oh,
13.
you should have that clip in there. That sound clip in there.
Wow.
Oh, I
It
have
was
it.
really
I'll use
we
it.
have it.
Yeah, please use it. Uh,
Yeah. The other thing is poor Daniel. Um, he's one of the more silent ones in the band, and I feel bad for him because some of us don't shut the hell up. Um, when he does talk in practice, Caesar has a bad habit of jokingly telling him to shut up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Second Daniel opens his
The
mouth.
one or two times he talks during practice, Caesar's like, "Shut up, Daniel." Sorry, Daniel. We love you.
That's so funny.
You do have to wait a really long time for that joke, though, because as you can see, Daniel does not speak.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'm sure he's all ready for it, right, Caesar?
I don't think he might want to talk a lot. He just doesn't get the opportunity because the rest of us. So we apologize.
He
He's like
makes up for it when he's
I don't
sleeping.
have a lot
He
to
talks
say.
in his
He
sleep, probably.
talks.
Yeah. In his sleep, he's like, "Bounce House never lets me talk."
Damn.
His wife wakes him up. She's like, "Daniel, you're talking about Bounce House not letting you speak
I
again."
know.
Take your medication.
I know. I hate them. One day I'll show all you little people. Yeah.
So I got one last question for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Imagine that Ska History Hour viewers never heard of Bounce House Ska before. Which song would you recommend them to queue up and why?
Daniel.
Daniel?
Well, I guess
How's your
for me,
playing?
lately, and at first, don't ask me why because I don't know. But at first, I didn't care for Lucky when we were first learning it. But now it's become like one of my favorite songs. Just now that we got such a badass horn line and the transition in there and the ending part, all the parts of Lucky are just so cool. And I think with it being such a dynamic song, that's the one that I think would probably attract new listeners the most because all of our music is really high energy. And I think kind of to touch on your last question about what keeps us from burning out, you know, our music is a lot of fun, and that's why I look forward to going to practice. Everything we play is just fun to play. It's fun to listen to. So I have a blast jamming with these guys. so that's just kind of what keeps my interest in the music and in this group in particular. But yeah, Lucky is just such a dynamic song. It passes through so many different like zones and stuff, so many different things going on. It's just a really unique song that I think would bring a lot of people to listen to us.
I do enjoy it. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're the one to listen to it.
Yeah.
He listened to it 11 times on Bandcamp.
11 times and a half. And a half.
I'm just kidding. No. I knew it was somebody. Sarah, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
You can go.
I think my answer might surprise Sarah.
I'm excited.
It's actually Arm's Length.
Really?
Yeah, I do enjoy the way it flows. I like to speed up and slow down in it. Yeah, I'd say that one. I like to speed up. I like to slow down. I like the topic of it is like lyrically like kind of sad and touching on an experience Sarah had, but yeah, I've always kind of liked like the more dark and moody stuff, but it's played in true ska, like some ska fashion, like played like happy over melancholy stuff. So yeah, I just like the way that speeds up and slows down and the dynamic of that one. I think I'd say check this one out because this like kind of the way it rides through and the way it slows down and speeds up.
Cool.
I am surprised actually. Yeah. And I did actually find the original lyrics of that, and John had to help me rewrite that because I couldn't get through the song.
Yeah, I sent her one line. I go, have you tried this for this line? She goes, I'm looking for a metaphor for like a car accident and like blah blah blah. And I sent her a line. She goes, well, now I'm crying. Thanks.
Yeah, I was done. Yeah. But then we got through it. John helped me like write the song so we could get through it. Yeah.
Cool.
That makes me happy. Oh, that makes me happy, John. Okay, so I would be completely torn between Lucky and Summer. Lucky, I think, just like Daniel touched on, is like it has all these different pieces to it, and it's actually like a fun song to play off I think it's the most playful song we have, where we kind of go back and forth and we really get to interact, and it's fun because it seems like the whole band is really getting into it. So I think we all kind of connect the most off of that song. But Summer always has a special place in my heart because we always kick off the set with that. So when I hear it and I hear the dun, 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 and I hear John just kick in, and I'm like, oh, we about to play. So there's something about that song that just like connects me to like, I'm triggered. I'm like, oh, I'm about to I have like 45 minutes or an hour and a half with the boys where I don't have to this or that or go to work or anything else. It just kind of puts me centered in a place where I can just be with the fam. And it's a great, fun, bright song. So yeah, between the two, I can't choose. That's Sophie's choice. I will not choose.
Excellent.
Now, what are each of your pet peeves and addictions? If you care to share with us, of course.
Pet peeve. Sarah, do I enjoy making phone calls to people?
He loves calling people. Ask him to call you. I had to power dial this fool for like 20 times one time when I was trying to get a hold of him. I'm like, answer your fucking phone.
I used to work in a call center. Like I don't dig phones. If I can send it to you, like I would much rather. But yeah, so I'd say pet peeve is making phone calls, and that could be to my own mother. Like I don't dig making phone calls. So like if I call a venue, Sarah like falls out of her chair. Like I'd be like, can I email about this? Addictions. Man, I can't eat sweets like I used to. Health diagnosis, but yeah, dude.
You and I are like brothers. We got the same pet peeves, same addictions.
Yeah, I'd say if you could give me some. I think the thing I miss the most after having changed it up is just real legit, like bad for you. I'm gonna die ice cream. Like, yeah. So don't get the beatus, kids. Take care of yourselves.
Nobody needs the sugars.
Yeah. Don't get the sugars.
Don't get the sugars.
Should we go to Daniel?
Let's see. Pet peeves, grocery stores, and driving. My addictions. Oh, let's see. There's a lot of them. They're all food related too, believe it or not. Surprisingly.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's definitely cake. I think I like strawberry shortcake. That's I could eat it every day and not get tired of it.
He loves going the distance. Oh wait, not
He was going for
speed. That's actually his. No, I'm just kidding. He was trying to work it in there. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Daniel, I stepped on you again.
Don't. All good. It's cake though. It's
all right.
Yep.
Sarah?
Okay, pet peeves. My biggest pet peeve is people who are in front of me when I'm driving my kids to school. Doesn't matter who you are, you're driving like an asshole. I guarantee you're driving like an asshole.
I think you have a song about it.
I wrote a whole song about it, and I mean every word of it. Yeah, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. And people who don't respect other people's time. I think time's really valuable and important, and it's all we have. It's like really all we have to give. You might sell this or sell that. It doesn't matter. I'm really just selling you my time. And so not respecting other people's time is important.
Okay, I'll make the phone call.
Addictions, I have so many because I get swept up very easily in whatever I'm excited about. And so I'm going to go fully overboard. So if you recommend a band to me and I love it, then that is my new obsession, my new addiction. And that's all I'm listening to. Like Victor, our new trumpet player, recommended Cat Empire to me, who I've never heard before. I told you I'm new. I'm very green. And now that's all I listen to. My husband's like, really? Again? Yes, again. Just play it again, Sam. We're going to listen to it again. Yeah. So, the new, whatever the new is, that's my new.
What was Victor's other band that you got hooked on? Victor's other band? Yeah. So
something Bandits. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna look at
our trumpet player that just joined was in another band, and so I sent her a link as an example of what he's done, and that was the thing she wore out for whatever, and so it's been Swingfoot. Then
have you listened to this song about the panty dropping? And then I was like, they're so cute and clever. Look at how great they are. Wow. Oh my God, it was so great. Yeah, but yes, I was off on that tangent for an entire week because whatever it is, I'm like, you're doing so great. I'm so excited for you. I loved your band. I want to eat all of this. This is so brilliant. And I'm addicted to this now. And I think you're smart and you're brilliant and I love it. And I'm addicted to you. And that's so great. And now you're important. And yeah. So the new obsession. Yeah.
He's back.
Oh, sorry, I spilled something real quick.
That's my pet peeve too.
What does the future hold for Bounce House Ska? We know that there's some material coming out. There's some shows. What else is on the horizon for you? What's in the future?
I'd say we've been playing a lot of the songs that are currently in our set for quite a while. I think we need to we've been talking about it, shifting focus to writing some new stuff, and there's some stuff in the works. So I'd say that. Me personally, I'd like to see some of the new stuff and some of the old combined into a full-length thing at some point, but that's speaking for me. So I'd say new stuff and maybe getting a full-length out in the world at some point.
Well, for me, what I want to keep seeing happening is the growth, because from when I started with this band to where we are now, it blows my mind. I can't believe when I listen to some of our early recordings, even before we had Scott and it was just me and Brian, we were just two saxes as a horn section, compared to where we're at now. I think as long as we keep that momentum going, and as long as we, still continue to keep bringing new material, and the longer we play together, the easier these songs get. It seems like too, it used to take us a couple months, 3 or 4 rehearsals, 5 rehearsals to get a song good. Now we can lay it down in like 1 or 2 practices, just because we're so used to playing with each other, and we just all vibe well. And so I just want to keep seeing the momentum going, like how it's been, and we're gonna really get to the top and be, at the top of the scene here locally too at some point, if we just kind of keep our trajectory. I mean, it's just so awesome to me how much we've improved since we started.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Just definitely, it would be great to have time to write new songs and be able to just kind of jam instead of having practices be so about kind of refocusing and going over old material and things like that. So I think our big focus, and we talked about it a lot at the last practice, was we got to get some new. Let's get some new stuff going. Let's get creative again and do that. I personally would love to see us put together at least 1 or 2 videos of some kind to go along with some of the music that we've put out there, because I think visuals with the music that you release are really, really important, whatever that is. I don't know what that means, but I would love to see something visually to go along with some of the music we're releasing. That's kind of a pipe dream, but it's
Adding more choreography or something would be cool.
yeah, yes, it would. And 1, 2, kick, and 1, 2, step. I would love it. Let's do it.
Yeah, like the Temptations.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I love that. Let's do it. Their moves. They're so.
Now-
It's really just a bump. Da, 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 da. Come on, we can do it so easy.
Now, where can we find your music, both digital and hopefully coming up soon, physical?
Yeah, currently we're on all streaming. We're on Spotify, Apple Music. We do have the single on Bandcamp. When the EP comes out, it'll be on all those platforms also. Physically, personally, like we being the band that we are, when we just spent a decent amount on recording and having to remaster because of the situation we found ourselves in. Don't really have the funds for a physical thing right now, but I personally would love to have a 7-inch out there in the world. That'd be rad to me, even if it was for my own selfish purposes of just saying I have a physical copy of something I did. Because I mean, as like, I don't know, that'd just be cool to have a physical copy of something you put in the world. Like digital's one thing, but I grew up on physically holding tangible things and saying, like, my favorite band put this out. So
Yeah.
it'd be cool to say I had something like that for myself. As I hope that doesn't sound like full of myself or something. I just think it'd be a rad experience.
I agree. I think there's nothing that sounds better than when I pop "Bite Me Bambi" on my vinyl on my record player. Like that. Like I could put her on Apple Music, but it doesn't sound the same as it does when I play her record, or when I put Littlest Man Band on my, and I have all the real big fish ones. It just sounds different. So yeah, that would be the dream, right? But the funds are the things. But Scott did offer to put his feet on Feet Finder, so I think that's a viable option at this point. We may have to get desperate with that. So, look out for him on Feet Finder. There you go.
Nice. Now, any last words that you have for your fans out there and the viewers of our channel?
We have fans. No, I'm kidding. No, there's quite a few people that we see regularly come out, and yeah, I would just like to thank actually my bandmates, really, like, for some of you drive really damn far to make it to these shows and to rehearsals, and I can't thank you enough. Like, I was in one band that I left. I was in another band that didn't work out because apparently a global pandemic happened. So it was just so nice to be playing with those bands. Gave me the itch to play, and it's just so great to have bandmates now and to have people that come see us and our friends that we play with, and have listened to us and reacted to things we've shared in the social media universe. So, I mean, they're the few, the mighty. We're not the biggest band in the world, and we don't expect to be. But it's just nice to know that people, in some small way, acknowledge it and like it. And it's just encouraging that after being absent from it and having a weird gap in playing due to a number of things, like to be back at it is just awesome. So just thanks for everybody that listens, and thanks to all my bandmates.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank you all for the time that you've taken to speak with us. I appreciate the time you took out from your families and everything else. Hold on real quick. We'll talk to you right after. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Take care, guys.
Hello, Skankers. Jose here, aka Skanky Force. Would you like to win a free Ska Box? It's as easy as following Ska Box Rocks and Sniff Dog Records on Instagram and Facebook. And subscribe to Ska History Hour on YouTube and comment Ska Box Rocks in any video to enter. Good luck!